Good afternoon. It's Jeff Blohm, author of the book Is Cross the Answer. You can pick it up at Amazon.com, Barnes & Nobles. Understand right now, and Amazon is very, very inexpensive. Get a couple of books. They've changed a lot of people's lives. It's less than a value meal at McDonald's or somewhere like that, which is not going to do too much for you. But these books, everyone reads them fully. I've only had one Jewish friend that didn't fully read them, of course. That's understandable, but at least he tried. And it's being loved around the world. It's a great read, and it leads you to the New Covenant. The New Covenant is what Jesus is all about. It's what God sent Jesus for, to open up a way for us to have free access to God, that God may teach us personally, write his new covenant on our hearts, hide it from the devil, hide it from all of those who would try to interrupt your relationship with God because of sin or anything else, trying to convince you that you're not good enough to be with God. So it's all about the new covenant. You can only find that with God. You won't find it in the Bible. You won't find it in your church. Go ahead and try it. Read Jeremiah chapter 31, verses 33 and 34. Read 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 4 through 6. It'll give you an idea of what it's all about. Now, there are some other wonderful chapters in the Bible. I recommend Romans chapter 3 and chapter 4 as well for a good read. But everything starts with your understanding of the new covenant. If you're not born again, just ask God to be born again. If you don't believe in Jesus, you're in good company. Neither did I, but God knows your heart. If you're seeking God, he will teach you everything you need to know about Jesus, or bring people in your life that will. That being said, I want you to understand that Abraham is the father of our faith. Romans chapter 3 talks about Abraham being the father of our faith. And what does that mean to you? That means that Abraham was the very first person in the Bible that was considered righteous because of what he believed. He believed God. And God promised Abraham so many descendants that he would not be able to count them, like the sands on a seashore or the stars in the sky. So that means that all of us, and Abraham didn't know this at the time, that all of us who are made righteous because of what we believe, because of our faith, are now descendants of Abraham. That is the only way you become a descendant of Abraham. You cannot claim the law and become a descendant of Abraham. We are grafted into the promises of the family of God, which was originally the Hebrew people, because of our faith, because of Abraham. That's where it all starts. So we have a faith DNA lineage, and all the promises that was promised through Abraham, we are now inheriting here on earth, as long as we believe. So when you think of Abraham, think of your spiritual father, your faith father, your spiritual faith father. The one, he is, understand, he is a child of God. We are children of God. Okay. So it's a lineage that we're talking about here. Okay. So, and we're talk about Jesus, talk about God, but it's all about a lineage, okay? So when you are trying to understand, is faith just something, just a way to get things from God? No, it's an actual access way to God through a lineage, through a family that connects us with our father Abraham and our mother, Sarah. They were married. You understand that, right? Okay. That spiritual family that was created for Abraham by God. We're now grafted into a promise, a family tree, a lineage, an extra branch. You read the Bible, you'll understand more about the branches on the tree, on the vine. God talks about Jesus being the vine and we being the branches. So understand that, okay? That this is how we got grafted in. And that's a beautiful thing. So it's important that you understand that your faith is powerful. It makes you a family member. In the old gangster movies, it calls when you become a family, you will become a made person, right? That's the goal to get there. You are now a made man, a made woman, a made child of God because of your faith, because you believe. You have problems believing, no problem. I did too, and I still do. But understand this. Ask God to help you with your unbelief. Stay in your present moment, always in your faith. Always trust God no matter what you see or don't see, just like a child always trusts God. And understand that Abraham was given a lot of promises of wonderful things of the entire earth. And now that is your inheritance as a child of God, if you can believe. If you can't believe, you're going to have a hard time with God. And why do I say that? It's because think of a child that doesn't believe their parents. How is that relationship? It's kind of strained. The parent is kind of lopsided too. The parent is constantly trying to convince the child that they should believe him. So save yourself the trouble. Just trust God with all your heart. He will do everything in his power to make sure that he give you every reason to believe him and not doubt him. Abraham is the father of your faith. Read about it in the Bible.